Hey YouTubers, Christopher Wanamaker here doing a new cooking recipe video. So I did this exact same recipe a couple months ago and it turned out fantastic for a pork roast, a shoulder pork roast. I'm going to do the exact same recipe again, except I'm not going to use a shoulder pork roast. I'm going to be using what I got from Costco, a 5-pound Morton's of Omaha beef sirloin tri-tip. I'm going to be cooking it in the crock pot with multiple different seasonings and some vegetables and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm going to use the exact same recipe that I did for my shoulder pork roast and see how it turns out with a beef sirloin tri-tip. So this is a 5.09 pound, just under $41 from Costco. It's $8 a pound. Morton's of Omaha beef sirloin tri-tip. So I went ahead and we got some water in here ready to go. Cut this open, put that in there. There goes. Here's a picture of it. That's what we're going to be making today in a crock pot. So you could use this exact same recipe for like a pork roast and other things. So what I'm going to do next is pretty much turn it on, put it on high for the next couple of hours, 4 to 6 hours worth. Before I add chopped up potatoes and carrots. But I am going to add certain seasonings now, plus more water. I already added 4 cups, so this will make 6 cups. I'll probably be doing about 8 cups altogether. Excuse me. That covers it. So 8 cups of water. And then I'm using a unique form of potatoes. You can pick and choose this specific type, 3 different types of baby potatoes. Baby potato melodies, grown and harvested in the Pacific Northwest. I got a 3-pound pack from my store, and then you can cut these up however you like. I prefer either in quarter slices or 1/8 slices. I went ahead and already cut up like 9 of those potatoes, have them in a Tupperware ready to go. I'm going to throw that in the fridge and then wait for this to cook for 4 to 6 hours on its own before adding the potatoes, baby carrots. You can also add an onion, or half an onion depending on the size of the onion. Cut that, dice that all up, throw in there. I'm going to actually add Lighthouse freeze-dried red onions. It's a new thing that I found. But for right now, we're going to add a good amount of pepper, black pepper. Going to add Johnson's seasoning salt. Going to add minced garlic. Probably about a tablespoon's worth. We'll do 1 stem of rosemary now, and maybe another one when it's time to add the potatoes and carrots to the pot roast. And that's when I'll also add the onions as well. So that pretty much concludes the first portion. till we come back to add the, we'll stir it, about once every 30 minutes. Stir everything, and after about 4 to 6 hours of it cooking, we'll add potatoes on it, leave it alone for like another hour or two. Allows the potatoes and the carrots to soften up and everything. We'll add the onions as well, and then a few more hours later, so about 6 hours total, you'll have a heck of a good meal. And then another thing that my mom likes to do is when we scoop up the potatoes and carrots and we put those on the plate, we use a masher and mash them, and then add pepper and butter on top and let it melt, and then eat. Hey YouTubers, it's been about 2.5 hours that we've let the it's like a pot roast, a beef roast, be cooking. So I'm gonna open it up. It's looking good. After about an hour, I realized I spaced and I needed to add a teaspoon of beef bouillon. So I added a teaspoon of that. I don't have the actual cubes. This is like a jelly version or something. And I added a little bit of Worcestershire sauce as well. And I flipped the beef tri-tip roast as well. So go ahead and add a little bit more pepper, especially since I flipped it. We're going to add some of the freeze-dried red onions by Lighthouse. We're going to add some of that. I added a tiny little bit originally. Add some more. Add a little bit more seasoning salt. Okay, I don't think I need to add another thing of rosemary. One rosemary branch stem looks like it was good. I'm now going to add the baby carrots. There's not a whole lot left in here. Go ahead and open up the whole thing. Okay. And then I'm going to add my 1/8 cut, 3 different types of potatoes that I already pre-cut up. So it's 3 different types, cut up into 1/8 slices. Add a little bit more pepper. Put the lid back on. And let it sit for at least another 2-3 hours, and then it should be fully ready to serve up. And then the rest can be put it on warm or low, and just let whatever we don't use keep cooking. It'll just make it more and more tender. Alright, we're in the final stages, finishing it up. So I, first started out, put some seasoning in it, some Johnny's seasoning salt, a bunch of pepper, and then I added the rosemary stem. I added a little bit of the freeze-dried red onion. I added a little bit of minced garlic, and then I let it cook for about an hour. Then I added a little bit of beef bouillon, Worcestershire sauce, and then I added more pepper, more seasoning. After 2.5 hours of cooking, I added the chopped up 1/8 chopped up 3 different types of potatoes. You can use whatever potatoes you want, and added that plus the baby carrots, and then let it sit for about another 2.5 to 3 hours. I've churned it a couple of times. I've added more pepper, more Johnny's seasoning salt, and much done since I opened this. You see it, it's been on high this whole time, and so now it's bubbling, so it's pretty much good. Cooking that long. I'm going to turn down the temperature down to low, and we are pretty much ready to serve. So go ahead and dish up a little bit. Pull it out and put the whole thing on a plate if you want. Cut it in here, cut off a piece. Oh yeah. That looks really good. Very well cooked. 4.5, 5 hours worth. I'll get a little bit more. This is a beef tri-tip, but you can do other things. A couple months ago I did this exact same recipe, but with a pork shoulder roast. Okay. Use a spoon to scoop up some of the carrots and potatoes. I do have more potatoes that I can cut up and throw in here if I need to restock. Okay. Now something that my mom likes to have done. I don't like that she's always done it. I think it's something from that she got from the South. But you take like a masher. Mash it up, all the potatoes and carrots. Mash it up really good. And then add a bit of pepper on top. And add some butter as well. Up the butter, let it melt a bit. And then what I like to do for the potatoes and carrots, I like to add a little bit of ranch dressing. Can be used for the meat as well. Ranch is a good dipping thing for any kind of roast. And there we have it. So there we go. So this is a beef tri-tip from Costco, about just over 5 pounds, with a bunch of different seasonings, rosemary, chopped up potatoes and carrots, and with ranch dressing. So you could also do it with a pork roast as well. So that is my recipe for this meal, and I hope you try it, and if you try it, I hope you like it. Alright, if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, make any comments, try it out yourself, tell me what you think of it if you do, and happy holidays. Alright, take care, bye.